Earlier in the week, North Korea caught the world by surprise yet again by announcing that it would completely nullify the agreement that ended the Korean War 60 years ago. Our Han Da-eun looks at the significance of the truce, the secretive regime's possible intentions, and implications for South Korea.
North Korea's threat to scrap the Korea Armistice Agreement has grabbed headlines worldwide. In South Korea, the impact of the threat has prompted the presidential office to convene a meeting of its National Security Council, and the nation's defense ministry has vowed to strike back against any further North Korea provocations. The truce is significant because it's the one single pact that ensures the cessation of all hostilities on the Korean Peninsula until a peaceful way to end the war is found. It was under this agreement that the border between the two Koreas near the 38th parallel was established and the demilitarized zone created. The agreement also lays out concrete steps for putting a ceasefire into force, including the authorization of a supervisory body, instructions for fixing the military demarcation line, and the repatriation of war prisoners. The truce was signed by a U.S. Army official representing the United Nations and officials from North Korea and China, but South Korea was left out of the agreement. Since then, North Korea has always asserted that any amendments to the armistice should be discussed by Pyongyang and Washington alone, again without Seoul. It's because of this that many experts say North Korea's abrupt threat to nullify the truce is not just aimed at South Korea, but also at the U.S. and China. Observers say that amidst the expected tightening of UN sanctions and annual South Korea-U.S. joint military drills, the reclusive state has flashed the truce card to ramp up pressure on the U.S. and its closest ally. Some experts also say that Pyongyang is trying to gain leverage over the new Park Geun-hye administration in Seoul before the newly elected president chooses to take a hard line on North Korea policy. They also say that with the strong rhetoric from Pyongyang, the South Korean government will have to be more cautious when dealing with its communist neighbor. The views on whether the threat will lead to any actual military provocations by the North are mixed. But all agree that North Korea's verbal attacks will continue, at least until the South Korea-U.S. military drills come to an end on March 21st. Han Da-eun, Arirang News.